Some Montana residents take a cue from other states and protest COVID-19 safety guidelines. What they had to say in Helena yesterday, coming up.
Gallatin County's housing market holds steady during the coronavirus outbreak. I'm Gabby Crevitt, and I'll have the story coming up.
Right around 6:30 on this Monday, Chet Lehman, Caitlin Corbett, Matt Elwell with you here. A beautiful weekend, Matt, and not a bad start to our Monday.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy every second of it. Temperatures this morning only into the 20s. Still cold enough that you need a light jacket on the way out the door, a light coat. Temperatures do warm up pretty nicely as you head into the afternoon. It looks like mainly clear conditions for the most part, a few passing clouds, but our daytime highs are going to be close to 60 degrees. A couple of dry days ahead, but we do have some showers expected this week. We're going to talk more about that, of course, in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Time now 6:30, and here's the latest information from the State Health Department on the coronavirus situation in the state.
Right now, the state has 433 confirmed cases, the latest in Missoula, Yellowstone, and Gallatin County. Gallatin County now has 143 cases, Yellowstone at 72, Madison County 8, and Silver Bow 11. 243 people have recovered from that virus. 18 people are currently hospitalized, and 10 people have died.
And hundreds of people showed up at the Capitol yesterday to urge Governor Steve Bullock to reopen the state in the wake of COVID-19 stay-at-home restrictions. MTN's Alexi Gayo reports.
Organizers say about 600 people gathered around the Capitol building to protest the COVID-19 restrictions and closures. Protesters carried American flags and held up signs expressing concerns over their constitutional rights.
All these people were looking for a way to express themselves. These people all wanted to be somewhere to demonstrate their dissatisfaction with Governor Bullock's directives.
The state is not issuing Capitol Complex event permits at this time, so the demonstrators walked around the Capitol building on the sidewalk.
This is about waking up the patriots. This is about waking up we the people. This is about let's get this done. You know, if the government don't open this country up, in fact, they probably won't, it's going to be the people that open this country up.
The demonstration comes after similar protests in Michigan, Kentucky, Ohio, and other areas across the country. Some expressed concerns that restrictions and business closures disproportionately hurt small businesses.
Every business is essential to somebody. Every business. You know, you give guidelines and recommendations for Walmart, for Target, for Costco to follow these social distancing guidelines. Why wasn't the same opportunity presented to small businesses? You can easily have 300 people in Walmart at one time. These mom and pop businesses, 30 people, maybe?
Organizers say they will continue the rally and spreading the message of opening Montana on Facebook. In Helena, I'm Alexi Guayo, MTM News.
6 days ago, Montana's Republican legislative leaders issued a strongly worded letter to Democratic Governor Steve Bullock asking him to rescind some of his coronavirus directives and consider easing restrictions in some counties. The GOP lawmakers say the stay-at-home order is having catastrophic consequences on Montana businesses and employment.
6:32 now. According to the Gallatin Association of Realtors, the housing market in Gallatin County has held steady during the coronavirus outbreak. In fact, it's done better than that. TN's Gabby Crevitt has the story.
In the last month, Gallatin County's housing market has shown its immunity to the coronavirus outbreak, and the proof is in the numbers.
Most of the people I talk to on a day-to-day basis, they're still just rolling along busy, and we're still putting things under contract every day.
According to the Gallatin Association of Realtors, the median sales price of a single-family home is up almost 15% from last year at this time to $485,000. Gallatin County's market continues to show its resiliency during a global health pandemic. Having shown its strength during the Great Recession in the early 2000s, experts say they're not surprised.
You know, in 2008, 2012, we still powered through that pretty well, even though we did get hit.
Realtors in the area have faced some challenges and are adjusting like many who continue to work under social distancing guidelines.
You know, it used to be a whole lot easier. You wanted to show somebody a house, you just met there, you walk through together. Now the showings are virtual.
In spite of challenges, the market holds steady. The median sale prices in the condo townhouse market decreased slightly from last year, but the number of new listings has increased by 44% to 107 units in the month of March. So if you're still on the fence about selling your home,
don't hold off putting your home on the market. If there's maybe a little bit less competition, it's less homes for people to pick from, and you're getting a little bit better price.
And if you're looking to buy,
I would say they ought to be in the game looking, because I think as we get closer to summer, I think the market is just going to be rolling even harder.
Reporting in Gallatin County, Gabby Crevitt, MTN News.
By the way, the Gallatin Association of Realtors says that while we're still in the middle of April, so far the housing market continues to hold steady.
6:35 now. Toole County is home to less than 6,000 people, but already they've faced 4 COVID-19 deaths and 29 total cases, making them the county in Montana with the highest case number to population ratio. That's why public officials are showing their community and businesses support with a plan called Toole County Forward. MTN's Lindsay Hyatt has the details.
Despite being one of the regions COVID-19's hit the hardest, Toole County isn't letting coronavirus affect their ability to lead.
We had to show a presence in our community and a sense of calm.
Shelby officials decided to face the virus that's taken hold of the community and its businesses head on. CPA Dwayne Iverson saw that businesses were in bad shape.
Downtown right now, you can shoot a bullet and not hit anything. There's no cars, and I figured if we don't do something, that's what this is going to look like in the future.
So he worked with Shelby officials to help businesses turn their lights back on.
The whole plan, I guess, was spearheaded by our Dwayne Iverson, CPA, and he was concerned about some of our small retail businesses here in Shelby and their ability to have working capital to restart.
Iverson joined forces with the city's mayor, finance officer, and community development director to find funds for businesses that were hardest hit.
If we could get it implemented quick enough when they start reopening here, I think we can make them strong enough that we can make it successful.
The team has come up with $75,000 from the city alone, along with $50,000 from private businesses. Plus, they've applied for support from the state and other agencies to match the $75,000 the city is providing. Since the city funds are readily available, that money can be distributed right away.
In all honesty, we could get them checks within a week after reviewing their applications and hopefully get them the ability to reopen their doors, purchase inventory, get the payroll started, and get their doors open.
The city of Shelby even sent out preliminary letters encouraging businesses in need to apply. Over 50 letters have already been sent, letting businesses know help is on the way. In Shelby, Lindsay Hyatt, MTN News.
Well, shifting gears a bit now, balancing work from home with kids can be a challenge. Maybe you've had a moment where a kid pops into a video meeting or a Skype interview.
Guys are doing, voted unanimously, town council to light up the star. Talk about the decision, kind of what led up to it. How are you going about your decisions when it comes to waiting on what the governor... Bless you. Yeah, so bless you, honey.
Now, LinkedIn's managing editor says many employers are making sure working parents feel supported. A recent LinkedIn survey found a majority of working moms don't feel comfortable talking about having kids at home. Many fear it might hurt them professionally. She's hopeful this situation will ease stigma in the future.
I do think a lot of eyes are going to be open. I also think that a lot of managers are going to see how creative working parents have to be productive, and maybe see that as a boon as opposed to a bust in terms of their skills that they can bring into the workforce.
By the way, she also says this pandemic may create more flexible work opportunities, so there could be an upside coming out of this as well. There are challenges. Every once in a while, Gus shows up, doesn't he?
The little kids. I know. I was just going to say, it's so funny to see the kids popping in. Sometimes your cat, sometimes your dog, I feel like it's happened to everybody at this point, but it would be a challenge.
For sure.
All right, we're taking a quick break now. It is 6:38. A new study says if you have an outdoor cat, speaking of cats, it could be more devastating to other animals than even wild predators. How researchers came up with that conclusion is coming up just ahead.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS this morning, protests across the country defying stay-at-home orders are expected to continue today. We'll tell you why people are demanding the end of social distancing. Also, hear from families who turn to plasma therapy to help loved ones fight off the coronavirus. Plus, contact tracing, the effort to find out who may be the next person to get COVID-19. And best-selling author Mitch Albom talks to us about his new book to help raise money for coronavirus relief. We could all use some of that. We'll see you at 7.